So this channel has been like on for like about 2 years now, and I think I said in the past that I would do a Battle Sister deck profile. Well, it's finally happening. Hey guys, so yeah, Battle Sister deck profile. I've been saying something like that. Like I've been saying I've been wanting to do a Battle Sister deck profile before, like a long time ago, but I didn't do it because it wasn't the greatest. Well, now since Trinity Dragon came out, Battle Sister actually got some really good support cards. So yeah, um, you won't see this deck in like tourneys and stuff like that. It's basically more for fun. But yeah, let's get started with it. With a starter, Battle Sister Waffle. I think Waffle is the better starter. It's better starters out of the three Battle Sister starters they have. Well, you could run the grade 3 searcher if you want the Pacific grade 3 you want to ride, which is probably going to be the new grade 3. But Waffle is still, I still like Waffle. So it's Counter Boss 1, put into Soul. You check top 3, you search for a Battle Sister among them, call it to one of your rear guards, and it gets 2k to end of turn. So yeah, so basically she helps build your board. You want to fill up your field if you want to kind of rush, because it's not generation break restricted. Thank you, old cards. But yeah, the new starter they got in the set is not good, because if you whiff not checking all three Battle Sisters, then it kind of doesn't work. And you do run like Psychic Bird and the Stride Fodder in this deck, so you do have a chance of not getting a Battle Sister card. So yeah, help build your board. Works with a grade 2, which I will get to later. That might stay in the deck, that might not. But yeah, Battle Sister Waffle. Grade 3s. We run 4 of the new grade 3 Battle Sister Madeline. So yeah, double rare from the Trinity Dragon booster. Thank you, laptop, for starting up. She's a really good card for Battle Sisters, and it fixes a lot of the counterblast issue, I guess, because in the past Battle Sister counterblast a lot. The Legion counterblasts 3. Just to draw three cards if you have 3 cards in the middle column, and then discard 1. This card basically just helps that with her second skill, which is when a G unit with Battle Sister strides on top of her, you choose one of your Vanguard, until end turn it gets the skill Soul Blast 1. At the end of a battle that your rear guard with Battle Sister in its name attack a Vanguard. If it doesn't hit, you countercharge 1. So basically, if you don't hit, you're countercharging, which is great. You're bringing back resources that you could potentially use later on in the game, which is really good. And then her GB2 skill is that you counterblast 1 Battle Sister card, so a special counterblast. At the end of your opponent's turn, if the number of units on your field with Battle Sister name is 3 or more, and the cards you have in your hand is 3 or less, you can draw a card. Not bad. You're getting, so at the start of your turn, you could, if you have 3 cards, you draw 1, 4, and then you draw phase, you draw 5. You're hitting Oracle already, so yeah. But yeah, she's a really good card, and obviously she should be your main grade 3 ride now for this deck. But of course you still have a backup grade 3, which is I read 4 parfaits. I was thinking of using Monaka? Is that her name? Monaka? Yeah, that's her name, right? The other grade 3 Battle Sister card. I was thinking about using her, but then she persona blasts herself, so you need to discard a copy of her in order to use her Limit Break 4. I didn't really like that, because I feel like with the new grade 3, I feel like you should be striding more in this deck instead of wasting your grade 3s to use the skill to check top 5, draw 2. Yeah, I wanted to stride more in this deck, because I think the stride does a little bit more pressure. Well, yeah, more pressure for your opponent to drop card, because anyways, that's my opinion. I feel like I'd rather save my grade 3s to stride, and then instead of using it to pay a cost. But I don't know, it's your opinion. I prefer running Parfait. So her skill is Limit Break 4. During her turn, if the number of cards in your hand is 4 or more, she gets 3k, so it becomes a 14k attacker. And then she gets the on-hit draw card. Not bad. On-hit pressure to draw a card, so you're plussing. So drive check 2, and then hit, get another card in. And then the other skill that I don't really like is Special Combo Blast 2 Battle Sisters, and then if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, you draw a card, which is okay, but then you also, but again, you won't be on her, you'll be on Madeline most of the time. So yeah. Grade 2s. So we can get them. Grade 2s, you run 4 of Battle Sister Crepe. She's a new card from the Trinity Dragon booster, and she's, I not like her. So her first skill is Oracle. So Oracle obviously only activates when you have at least 5 cards in your hand. She becomes an 11k attacker. It's not too bad. It's hitting, that's great. And then she gets the on-hit skill. So you on hit, you counterblast 1 Battle Sister card. If you have a Vanguard, if you have a grade 3 Battle Sister Vanguard, you draw a card. On hit draw. Yeah, a lot of on hit, let me draw stuff. So yeah, not bad. I like her a lot. On hit and stuff. She's like Colette. Is that her name? Colette. Well, Colette, you check top 1 and then you add it to hand. Battle Sister card, right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Colette. But yeah, like she's basically a better Colette, I think, because you're not restricted to drawing a Battle Sister card. Well, I think I have to double check that card. Anyways, or you might use Colette as well. Next. For Marshmallows, so I think she's GBT01. I think she's GBT01. She's GBT01. Okay. Skill. When she hits a Vanguard, if a Battle Sister Vanguard, you soul charge 1, choose a card, and from your damage zone, flip it face up. Yeah, I like her. She helps you unflip, and then she helps you soul charge. Soul charging is kind of really important in this deck now, since the grade 3 requires soul blasting in order to get the unflip. You're going to need a bit more soul in this deck now, so the soul charge really helps. And yeah, and counter charging too. Counter charging always useful. And then here's the card that's kind of iffy, that may stay in, may not stay in. 3 Berry Moose. Yeah, so her skill is when another of your Battle Sister unit is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, she gets 2k. So obviously it stacks every time you call multiple Battle Sister cards on your turn. Striding also counts too, because you're placing a G unit onto the Vanguard circle. So already, if you stride and she's not on the field, already 11k attacker, and then you call whatever, you get another 2k. If you still have Waffle on the field and she's on the field, that's a free 2k for her there if you use her skill. And then yeah, so basically she's just here as like a power attacker, just there to just build power and then like swing for a big number. But yeah, again, she's kind of iffy because she needs to be on the field in order to get that skill to work, and then so she's a prime target for like people like, oh, she builds power, I need to kill that card really fast. So yeah, people might run I don't know, I think people might run Colette too, instead of her, because she has the on-hit draw stuff. But again, it's up to preference. This deck is just for fun. I'm playing her because I think like I like the power that she gains from calling a whole bunch of Battle Sister cards. So yeah, 3 Bear Moose. On to grade 1s. Let me just grab all my grade 1s. On to grade 1s. One of the few cards, I think it's like 2 cards actually. One of 2 cards that don't have Battle Sister name. 2 Stride Fodders. Because in new grade 3, it basically became a stride deck, so you kind of want to stride now. So 2 Stride Fodders just there. You do run 8 grade 3s, so you have cards to pitch, but again, just in case. 3 Battle Sister Syrup. On boost, Soul Charge, Generation Break 1. Again, like I said, because of the new grade 3, which you're Soul Blasting, you kind of need Soul now in order to use her skill. So yeah, on boost Soul Charge 1, it's it's not the greatest, but you need soul in this deck now, so it's still 7k boosters, fine. 3 10k attackers, like rush. If you want to rush your opponent, go ahead. So yeah. Then 2 Rusk. So yeah, I'm kind of iffy on her too. I only run her because of the resist. She has resist, so she can't be targeted for stuff. So that really works out with Madeline's GB2 skill, which you need like units on the field in order to make it work. So she's there just to, you know, just to have resist. And then she's a 10k attacker when you soul blast a Battle Sister from your soul. So yeah, they're another reason to have soul. But again, she's but again, I'm only using her for the resist, so I can kind of proc the GB2 skill of Madeline. And then 4 PGs, because PGs. Run the old one, because again, you unflip if you don't hit. So yeah, I don't think Counterblast is a problem now in this deck, because you can just, you know, Soul Blast to unflip. So yeah. And then trigger lineup, because it's OTT, OTT 12 crits. Obviously Psychic Bird, too bad it's not the new Psychic Bird. I really would like to get the new Psychic Bird. And then obviously 2 different Battle Sister crits. We run this one obviously because her skill's really good as our Psycho trigger. So put on top of the deck, if you have Vanguard with Battle Sister in the card name, you choose one of your units, it gets 3k until end of turn, it gets the skill Oracle. When this unit attacks, you countercharge 2 and you shuffle your deck. See, more countercharging? That's really good. So yeah, 12 crits and then obviously 4 heals, because heal is going to heal, and you need to G-guard at some point in this game. So yeah. And then now we go on to G-Zone. People might run this at 3, but I run this at 4. 4 of the new Battle Sister Stride. Excite Battle Sister Mirror. Yeah. She's a really good card. Works well with the grade 3. Works well with her, because you can draw on hit. You can draw 2 now for 2 counterblasts. Yeah. So her skill is act once per turn. You flip anything up in your G zone, and then to end turn she gets the skill auto. When an attack of your unit with Battle Sister and its card name hits, you may put a cost. If you do, draw a card. So on hit, draw for your front row, I believe. Yeah, unit with a Battle Sister. Yeah, so any unit with Battle Sister name hit the Vanguard, you can draw a card for Counterblast 1. So essentially your entire front row. So that's a lot of pressure there. And then continuous Generation Break 3. Oracle, all your units in the front row of a Battle Sister card name gets 1k for every card in your hand. That is stupid. So when you have Oracle, your front row is getting 5k, and then if you keep drawing, you're just getting more power. So yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, for her, she's basically the main stride you want to go on to for this deck, because, you know, Battle Sisters. So yeah, and then you have like flip targets. One her as a flip target. You have this as a flip target. Also run 2 Kamusasuno, the GR, and 1 SGR, because my friend is amazing. So yeah, essentially flip targets. You can actually still use Kamusasuno. He's pretty good. Well, let me rephrase that. He's alright. The skill is Generation Break 2, Oracle. He gets 5k in a crit if you have Oracle, so no biggie. And then Counterblast 2 if you have if you have less than 5 cards in your hand, draw until you have 5 cards. So yeah, most of the time these cards maybe Susanoo, 1 is Susanoo at least for sure, maybe 2, are essentially just flip targets for manure. So yeah, then you also have this Susanoo. Essentially, I'm kind of breezing through the G zone because essentially you're just going to be striding onto her in this deck. But this Susanoo is still a good option to stride onto. Basically, Persona Flip. He gains the skill that if he hits, you check top 2 cards, put one to your hand, put the other one in the bottom of the deck, and then your GB3, your entire field gets 2k. Yeah, again, it's alright, but again, you just mostly want to stride onto her. And then G Guardians, 2 Ichibiyoshi, really good G Guardian, 4 cards in hand, you get 5k shield, really good. Just like that, you're playing OTT, you should have like 4 cards in your hand easily. And then 2 of Bei, Amaterasu, really good G Guardian. So skill is if you have 4 cards in your hand, it gets 10k until end of battle, 10k shield until end of battle. At least 4 cards or more, yeah, you know. And then skill is when she's placed on G Guardian, she does the old Amaterasu thing. You soul charge 1, you check top card of your deck, then you either put it on the top of the deck or the bottom of the deck. So basically just doing what Amaterasu does. And she looks really nice. I like her. She's why I started this game. Anyways, and yeah, that's essentially it for this deck profile. Again, this deck is mostly for fun. I feel more comfortable doing deck profile of it now than before because Battle Sister got better support, so might as well talk about do a deck profile now because they got better. But yeah, this deck is mostly more for fun to play, and it is fun to play. Just like getting my front row just to have that on hit pressure, just to draw. It's really fun, and my opponent has to drop a lot of cards when I hit Oracle and GB3. So yeah, really fun deck. It's also pretty cheap. I think it's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap to make too, except for the G zone, obviously, because like Amaterasu is pretty. But yeah, yeah, it's a pretty budget deck to make. So yeah, again, for fun. But yeah, finally after a while I actually got to do a Battle Sister deck profile. But yeah, that's it for this deck profile, guys. If you like what you see, you can subscribe to, if I can put my finger, subscribe to usually somewhere there. You can check out more deck profiles up here, like right here, and then recent uploads, you know, which is probably going to be the box opening of Seed Jet set 10, which was really sad for me because I didn't pull a single Victor, and my friend has pulled the SGR. But yeah, that's it for this deck profile, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!